So what'd you think of game one?
It was a lot of fun. It was a dream come true getting on that floor with those guys, and we played well, and the result kind of came our way. So that was the most important thing, is escaping Georgia with a win, and we did it week one.
After the draft, you told Carissa that you hired a personal trainer. You started training with other players that were going to be up and coming in this league. Why was it so important to just take action right after you were drafted?
It happens quick. There was a quick turnaround between the end of the Man Cup and the draft and training camp. So you have to try to get back in shape and in best shape fast. And that's kind of what my goal was. And many of the other guys I was working with's goal was to make the team out of camp. And yeah, so it was nice to have someone to push you through everything while doing it together.
Who were some of those guys that you worked with?
Josh Medeiros for Panther City. Another guy was James Whiteford, who got released by Panther City earlier this year. But yeah, a couple Brampton guys, local guys that I've grown up playing with in junior and continued this path with.
We talked with your dad about how you hired the personal trainer, and then he said when you got to training camp, it was a little eye-opening as well. How eye-opening was training camp in order to make this roster?
It's a lot. You're looking around and you see what these guys can do, and that been here and done it, and there's a reason why they're here for so long, like Paul and Coatsy, and they do it proper, they do it professionally, and now you just got to catch up and do it like they do. You kind of learn from them and take a little things from them.
What's been the emphasis for Toronto tonight?
It's to focus on ourselves and be smart. They're going to be a fast group, and they're going to transition the ball well. So we got to be responsible, get off the floor, or follow our man. So yeah, especially on the offensive side, it's going to take a lot of onus on us to be smart with it.
So, congratulations, NLL Rookie of the Week for the first week of the NLL season. I mean, how's that feel for you just to get that validation after your first game in the NLL?
It was cool. I mean, yeah, it was an honor to see that post on Thursday there, and yeah, it was cool. It's a little special.
Obviously, you played with these guys through the MSL with Peterborough, and it clearly showed and looked like that on Saturday. Is that just really? Do you feel like you've come in on a head start from every other rookie with this unit?
Definitely playing with a lot of these guys in Peterborough this summer and going for the run we did it's a lot of fun, but you have a lot of opportunity to learn how they play and their tendencies. So playing with Holden and Hoagie out the front door it's Turner, it's easier. You know what they're gonna do, and they know what you're gonna do. So it's a lot of fun, and I think we're still gonna grow as an offensive group, and I think we did pretty well for week one.
One of the things Coach said at the draft was you're still going to have to earn your spot on this team. I mean, pretty solid start to that so far.
Yeah, got to keep going though. Now that was last week, so now we're focused on today and Toronto this week, and try to do a similar performance, and if not better.
Awesome. Obviously, you have a unique experience because you grew up literally here, like not just a fan of the stands, but you were like down the floor a lot. When you were a kid, who are those players that you watched? Like, oh, one day I want to be that guy.
Guy we're playing against tonight, Dan Dawson. He was definitely one of those guys that you kind of looked after and looked and see what they did. He would always stay around after shoot around in practice and play a couple shooting games with me. So that's definitely one of the guys that I've always looked up to, and it's gonna be fun playing him tonight. But we're gonna get the win hopefully.
And certainly, having the same last name as the coach, who's your dad, there's an added pressure there. How do you compartmentalize that pressure of knowing that you're here on your own merits and you're doing what you got to do regardless of what your last name is? Because no matter what, like listening to the broadcast last week, they constantly brought up the coach's son, the coach's son. How do you take that and say, yes, I'm the coach's son, but I'm also a player in this league who earned his spot?
Yeah. I mean, you just got to go out there and play like you deserve a spot in the lineup. It is pressure, but you kind of just try to limit the noise as much as you can. You don't really hear it on the floor, so it's easy to play. And yeah, that side of things is you just got to keep showing the people that you can play here and earn your spot here. So that's definitely my goal heading in week in and week out.
Just one more. Who's giving you the best advice on how to separate, okay, dad here, coach here?
It was kind of Jeff Teat growing up because his dad coached him all through junior, so he's been through it too, and he's a great friend of mine. And so he's constantly just don't worry about it. You're there for a reason. and so he's definitely helped me out through this way. And then in here, they're all good. Everyone, there's no real difference because of that. So it's fun.